This comes from out of nowhere, but WWE shocked us all by announcing that Rey Mysterio will be retiring, and we can't help but think something is fishy here. So let's take a few steps backwards and see what's really been going on with Rey as of late. Rey was involved in a tag team match after Money in the Bank, where he faced that zoned out version of Seth Rollins. Seth was still getting over that loss to Drew McIntyre and was taking it really hard. Seth was zoned out the entire time on ringside until Rey hit him with a cheap hit. That hit by Rey made Seth snap out of it and focus his attention on Rey and just take out all his frustration on Rey. This is when Seth used the steel steps to fully take out Rey Mysterio. It was a big moment, and it was made to look like Rey was seriously hurt because of Seth's attack. We still saw Seth Rollins threaten to use the steel steps again this past week on Raw, so it seems like Seth isn't going to hesitate to do the same thing to different superstars going forward. Since this steel steps incident, Rey has been out of action and hasn't been seen since. Seth, with his twisted ways of looking at things, believes that he was doing Rey Mysterio a favor and told him, "You're welcome," for the entire steel steps attack. Another important thing to notice is that Seth Rollins has been walking around with Rey's mask, which is always a disrespectful thing to do towards Rey Mysterio's character. Rey's pride, his history, his family, his everything rests all in that mask. So Rey isn't going to take it lightly when he sees Seth walking around with it like it's some sort of trophy. But unexpectedly, and out of pretty much nowhere, WWE took to Twitter to announce Rey Mysterio's retirement. They had this to say: breaking, next week on WWE Raw, Rey Mysterio will have his retirement ceremony. That's all WWE posted in that tweet. So a lot of us were believing the retirement at first because it makes sense. Rey is currently 45 years old and has been coming towards the end of his WWE contract for quite some time now. It's been reported for a while now that Rey wasn't signing any extensions, so he'll just walk away from WWE when the deal was up, and we all figured that the steel steps was a way to write him off television. But then WWE updated the tweet and announced that Seth Rollins will be the host for Rey's retiring ceremony. This changes everything. With the announcement that Seth will be the host, it makes it look like this will be a simple segment to advance the story between Rey and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is walking around with Rey's mask, so that alone tells us that Rey will return eventually to confront Seth and take that mask back. It's common sense. So to have Rey retire at the start of a feud like this doesn't seem likely. It looks like Seth Rollins is behind the entire ceremony and will do a classic heel celebration about ending Rey's career. You already know how WWE usually does these ceremonies. There'll probably be Rey Mysterio memorabilia and posters in the ring for the ceremony. Seth will talk about how he ended Rey's career and go on and on. I would expect a Rey Mysterio appearance to take place at the ceremony because it's the only thing that would really make sense and push the story forward. Rey comes out and stops the ceremony and makes it clear that he's still out for revenge on Seth. But here's where a really good theory that's been floating around comes into play. We saw just how easy Seth Rollins can pick up new followers for his group. So what if Rey is walking into a trap for another new follower, a follower that he never expected join Seth? Rey's son Dominic has been name-dropped by Seth Rollins a few times in the weeks past. WWE longtime fans, and even current fans, are well aware of who Dominic is. Dominic has been on WWE television since he was really small. We even saw Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero have a ladder match for the custody of Dominic at one point. In the last year alone, we've been seeing lots of Dominic appearances sprinkled in from time to time. He was there to celebrate big championship wins with Rey and even tried to help Rey beat Brock Lesnar for the WWE title. It was a great moment for Rey and Dominic both teaming up to take out Brock Lesnar, and some fans thought that Brock was actually going to lose that match after Dominic jumped in. Dominic, now in his early 20s, is ready to start his own wrestling career. His appearances in 2019 could be seen as his warm-ups and reintroduction to the WWE fans. Real quick, if you enjoy what you see, make sure to click that subscribe button below. A large percentage of our viewers are not even subscribed to the channel, so take a second to click that subscribe button. if you enjoyed the videos. It was even reported that 2020 would be the year that Dominic finally made an official debut for the WWE. And what better way to make it debut than going against his own father, Rey Mysterio? According to this theory, we would see Rey Mysterio come out to confront Seth Rollins during the ceremony, only to be attacked by a mysterious new Seth Rollins follower. The follower would be revealed to be no other than Rey's son, Dominic. So, for whatever reason, maybe Seth got in his head. Dominic just decided to turn on Rey and align himself with Seth Rollins. It makes this feud even more personal between Rey and Seth, since Seth literally turned Rey's own son against him. It adds that extra layer of story in the feud, and we finally get to see Dominic's long-awaited debut, but it's nothing like what we expected. We all expected Rey and Dominic to be teaming up in his first match, but seeing Dominic attack Rey in his first official appearance would be completely unexpected. From there on, we can possibly even hear more from Dominic on why he decided to join Seth. Maybe he was tired of being referred to as Rey Mysterio's son, and thought this was a good way to make a name for himself and be his own star and break away from his father. Regardless of what it is, Dominic needs to have good reasoning to turn on his caring father like that. Or you can flip the story around and have Dominic defend his father's honor. Maybe WWE can play it off like Rey Mysterio is done competing in the ring and can't get his revenge on Seth, but maybe that's when Rey can bring out Dominic to fight for him and defend him. It'll be a great debut match for Dominic. He gets to go one-on-one with Seth Rollins and attempt to get that mask back and protect his father's legacy. Maybe Dominic gets the mask back and goes to hand it over to Rey, but Rey tells him to keep it, since he fought so hard to get it back. It's little things like that which can really start Dominic off in the right direction. It just sets up a perfect spot for Dominic to either defend his father or turn his back on him. Either way, the story makes sense and would make everything so much more interesting and personal. Reports claim that Dominic has started to go dark on all of his private social media pages. He either made them private or just completely deleted them altogether. So many are understanding that this is a possible sign that a WWE debut could be coming real soon. There's been a lot of popular news sites out there running with the idea that this is actually Rey's retirement ceremony. But don't be fooled. WWE doesn't announce someone's retirement beforehand. They would usually hype it up the same way they did with Becky's pregnancy. They would just say it as a special announcement, and to tune into Raw to hear it. So with WWE announcing it so early makes it seem even more fake. It looks like a big twist and fake out is on its way with this ceremony for Rey Mysterio. What are your thoughts on WWE announcing Rey Mysterio's retirement ceremony? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.